starting first. We saw Tiff was over there getting, or not Tiff, sorry, Ty was over there getting some treatment. Do you have an update on her status?
Not yet. Just really trying to see how much she progresses. Obviously, she's going to be day to day, but she's had great improvement over the last day and a half, and just going to continue to see how she progresses.
We also got a little update from Tiff yesterday, obviously. I mean, now kind of knowing what we all know, I mean, just what has it been like for you guys kind of grappling with that throughout the course of the last couple months?
It's been hard. It's hard because, especially when she's away, you don't see her, you just kind of hear the pain, the struggle. You don't have answers, so there's fear. Just every human emotion that is possible, and feeling like you don't have any control over anything. And so it was a really hard time, and obviously, for us trying to be there in the best way that we can for Tiff, and show her support and love, and just help her fight through, and try to be sources of inspiration and comfort, and lots of prayers.
What's it like to see her be able to sprint up and down now and take shots?
Oh man, it's incredible. I mean, from not knowing if she'd be back with us, to not expecting her to be on the floor at all, to now watching her in the weight room and sprint and shoot. It's just, she said it, right? Praise God that she's here and that she can do it. And, for us, just to her hard work and her dedication, and hopefully continuing to be around the team gives us inspiration, and her.
How important is that, a couple of days off in between games?
It's big, we're a veteran team, right? Which is another word for old sometimes. But for us, it's good because we get to take rest, recover. You give Ty another day to see how she is. Another day prepare. So it's nice. Certainly it's not something that we expected, but the schedule came out. We were glad.
You stress urgency to wrap this series up. You don't want to go back to
it's the postseason. Urgency is always stress. I think just understanding that this is a dangerous team, that every team that's in the playoffs, has a chance to win. And we've got to be better than that. We were good enough, but we weren't great, in certain areas, and we've got to be better, and we've got to be locked in, and we've got to be ready to go.
How do you guys have 5 Game 2 losses? I'm guessing you're not aware of that. Yeah. Okay. But just like the experience last year, having to go to 3 against Minnesota, might give you any more urgency?
I don't think, we're not really thinking about last year. It's about now. Certainly we don't want to have to go back to Indiana. We don't have to go back to playing in front of a sold-out crowd, and allowing them to play in their home arena. But we also know that they want that, right? So we've got to be ready to go. I think we're just focused on being the best that we can be tomorrow night.
We saw around the league on Sunday that veteran experience did matter, especially that veteran playoff. From your lens, how did you see it impact your game from the Sun?
I think just knowing what to expect, from the environment, and understanding that the margin for error is so much smaller. So being locked in, I thought we did a better job of taking care of the ball, probably better than we had all year. That our communication, was better. So I think from that standpoint, just the understanding the sense of urgency, understanding the margin difference, being locked in and ready to go. Like you don't get another shot.
Viewership was reported as 1.8 million for Sunday's game, going head-to-head with the NFL. I mean, just what does it mean to hear that number, and just kind of how are you guys navigating all the attention on this series?
It's the attention's for everybody else. I'm sometimes maybe have my head in the sand a little bit, just locked in on what we're going to do. I think it's incredible. Certainly the growth of our game, where this league is. The fact that I'm not sure how many years ago we would have been talking about those kind of numbers on an NFL Sunday. It's incredible. But again, those of us who have been around, it's about time, right? It's about time. You put it in a time frame and on a channel, and people can find it and they're not having to search for it. They're gonna watch. It's the first year that I felt like the college fan has carried over to the W. Usually there had been, a fine line there, and so that certainly helps too, the influx of those fans. But it's the natural progression that we have felt, all along. But it's exciting for sure.
Steph, given the news of Kelly coming back to the Indiana Fever. What's kind of your reaction to what that'll mean for this franchise that's on the rise?
Yeah, I mean, I think Kelly certainly has been the architect of everything that's gone on in the Indiana Fever franchise from day one. And so for her to come back, I think it says how serious, the organization is to taking the next step. And I think it shows Kelly's love for the W, right? Love and commitment to the W and to the Indiana Fever franchise. Certainly there's no one better to usher in the Fever into this next era than Kelly.
This is a series that it's getting a lot of attention just in terms of the growth of the game, right? 1.84 million was the views on that. What's that like to see and be part of a movement that's happening right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of been the feel of the whole season, and it's been exciting to be able to be a part of it. And I didn't know the numbers, but you can feel it, whether it's in the atmosphere in the arena, whether it's walking through the casino, whether it's just scrolling on social media. Like, you can see that everyone's tuned in, and that's always cool to see and see the growth of this game.
What has been the challenge now as you feature this series with you and DiJonai? It's Caitlin or it's Kelsey, one of the two, and the two-headed monster that you guys have to attack as the biggest assignment in this matchup.
Yeah, what's the exact question? I'm sorry.
What is it like for you and DiJonai, knowing you got to tackle that two-headed monster of whomever it is? One of you has to handle it.
I think we've been doing this all season, and DB's been doing this for 15 years, so I think her mindset stays the same. She knows what it takes to win, and I just feed off of them. Try to stay doing what I've been doing all season. Obviously there's higher stakes, and the playoffs is a different ball game, but at the end of the day it's still basketball. And we know what they have, they know what we have. We played each other 5 times this year now, so it's just gonna be who can make the adjustments and who wants it more, honestly.
DiJonai, did you, when you went and kind of swatted at Caitlin, did you intend to hit her in the eye? And if so, could you just, or if not, either way, could you talk about what happened on that play?
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am. So yeah.
Did you and Marina kind of laugh about it afterwards? It looked like there was later on in the game they caught you guys laughing about it.
No, I just told you I didn't even know I hit her, so I can't laugh about something I didn't know happened.
With the increased attention, obviously, on the W this year, obviously you and everyone else are under a lot more of a microscope. Just how does that kind of play into kind of more of the vitriol you've seen this year, especially like on social media?
I mean, we all see it. It is what it is. I think that at the end of the day, I know who I am, and I know, what type of person and player I am, and the people who know me know that as well. So you could give the homeless $1 million, or you could steal $1 million from a rich person, and they're going to find a problem with both of them. So it is what it is. People are going to talk, but like we've been doing all season, we're going to keep talking on the court.
What do you think of Caitlin Clark?
I don't know. Next question. I think she's a good player, and yeah.
What keeps you centered in yourself, being very just sort of outspoken about how you feel about what's going on?
That's just me as a person. Like, basketball doesn't change. So I think that's my personality, whether it comes to treating people the right way, whether it comes to racism, whether it comes to basketball. Like, my teammates know I speak up, whether it's about the scout or whether it's about where we're going to eat tomorrow. So that's just me as a person, and I've never just sat back and been, a bystander and just let things go around and circulate. So yeah, that's just me.
How important is it to finish this series off and not have to travel halfway across the country to get some rest?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you can close out at home, you want to do that. And we've been in this position before the last 2 seasons since they took away the byes and the single elimination games. And we weren't able to close it out those 2 times. But, hopefully we have a whole new group, and hopefully we'll just stay locked in for all 40 minutes.